How's it going? Barker here with Williams.
Yep.
And we're going to do this installment, the Netlify CMS learning resources. So I'm going to start off with a moment of insight, and I will quickly share my screen. Just GitLab's awesome. And GitLab allows you to edit data files and content using the original method before he did Netlify CMS. And this is an example merge request where Lisa Rom and Suri collaborated on it. They made edits to this data file to change content on the Google Cloud Platform page. We can click in to their commit and see exactly what they changed. And it just makes me happy when I see that. It's awesome. And they did using the GitLab web editor. I think Tyler's going to go over the next one.
Yeah, just talking about so I think, to follow up on that is like one of the cool things about the work we're doing with Netlify CMS is that it's a layer on top of these existing tools and all the really good GitLab editing features that we have built in. So we're able to build Netlify CMS up so that we can give people a nice additional experience as they edit content, and hopefully meet needs additional in a way that it's just more flexible and provides more options for folks, but it doesn't take away from the old ones. And so I think it's really cool to highlight that people were going through the web editor and it's still working, but we can also wire the stuff up through Netlify CMS, and we can add, I think Netlify CMS being an additional layer on top of that is when you use the GitLab editor, it's a layer above editing the source files on your computer and doing the git commands, right? And so Netlify CMS is just another layer of abstraction on top of it. And one of the tools we get is we can specify the schema, and we can give, if you've been in the interface, you've probably seen hints that'll say hey, this value should look like this, or here's what it'll be like on the page. So instead of just editing the text and keeping it all straight in your head in your mental model, we can provide prompts, and we even have the previews that eventually, we haven't quite configured the previews to do anything special yet, but eventually we can. And if we want to have more robust previews that show as you're editing what that change is going to look like, it's just another layer of functionality that if enough folks are interested in, and it's going to make us more efficient and put out higher quality content, then we can totally do it. So yeah, I think highlighting that is I think it's really important to keep talking about that. I'm glad you brought that up.
I really love the image widget in Netlify CMS. That is a cool one, because you scroll through all the images and they pop up, and it's a very GUI interface.
Yeah, and most of that functionality still exists if you're going through the web editor and GitLab, right? But you really have to keep that information at the forefront of your brain, because you have to think about the structure of the image directories, whereas we can wire up that image widget to just put all the images in one place. You don't have to worry about where they're going to end up or where they are. You can find that information out if you want to, but yeah, I think that's exactly an example of the thing is you can still use all the tools we're familiar with, but this is just an added layer of sugar that should make things more efficient. So
yeah, awesome. We have one new content type we're going to introduce with this one, and it is case studies. And we'll go here. I started one before this video, and I edited the Worldline case study. And if you come over to the admin, you'll see it right here now. And if you click on it, it's going to load all of them. There's a ton of them. And we come back here. Here's the one that I'm working on. Of course, I changed the image to my van, and I added a new title. Worldline is awesome. And it opens a merge request automatically. And the way you find those is by looking for the ones with this label. And I'm actually going to quickly show you a very quick quick link. So if you come to our handbook page here, Marketing Netlify CMS, all current merge requests open with the Netlify CMS draft label, and you can see this world line one.
Can you click into the changes tab here in the MR?
Yeah.
This maybe just a good example of like
So
what you
cool.
could like. You could. So Barker's doing this right now, right? Like all of these changes, the diffs that you see came from Netlify CMS, right? But
And-
like if someone else came and wanted to edit through the MR, it's analogous. So you could click
literally right. Oh, that's the one.
that one,
There.
yeah. And then you could do edit in single file editor.
Oh.
So again, if Netlify CMS just like isn't your jam, like if you've come to this channel because you're like, I'm not loving Netlify CMS for whatever reason, one, you should reach out directly to us and let us know the friction points. But two, if you're just never going to be convinced, you can still edit it in the single file editor. I think like, you know, we can meet everyone where they're at. And for folks who want to edit in the single file editor or like on their machine, like you're good to go. But if you want to use the slick Netlify CMS interface, it's there for you.
It's right there. It's so cool. Just more ways to do one thing. And that was, we want to show this for this video. Case studies are there. So create new ones or you can edit existing ones. And with that, we'll end this installment.